So, dear attendants, I want to welcome you to the webinar about a few new features in the EPD.com, EPD-online.com online tool for EPD creation in IBU. I hope every one of you can understand me. As I just told you, we will record the webinar that everyone can have a look afterwards, and then also for people who don't attend the webinar today. If you have questions, please type them into the chat box, and I will answer them after we are done with the webinar. Just an overview about what's the new features we developed. We standardized marked the modules B3 to B5 as MNR, which is module not relevant. That's because the advisory board came to the conclusion that the modules B3 repair, B4 replacement, and B5 are only relevant on the building level and not on the product level. So you still can declare them if you want, but standardize their marked as module not relevant. The second thing is we have the possibility to insert an EPD name in German and English at the beginning, or English and German. This is like if you have an English concrete, you can give in the beginning also the German name Beton. This is important for the digitalization. And the main change which I want to show you is a new contact management, EPD.online.com, and in the offline client, the IBU Lightning Editor, which shortens a bit the EPD creation process and should prevent redundant data. And just to give you a feeling why it's necessary, I have the screenshots down on this page about what the people are typing in for contacts, and there you can easily see the first one, brands and values. They have two different writings, and so we just want to harmonize all the contexts, which is also important for the digitalization processes. So we directly go into the online tool, and here I can show you also new features. We just create a new EPD, and we can choose a name, and like PCR, everything is the same, and then we type in the product name. We do the example like I just did. Concrete in English, Beton in German. The manufacturer is Test, and we're doing a core EPD, which doesn't matter here. And we're clicking on Save. Now that it says we didn't enter additional product name in an additional language, you see we did. This is a mistake I already showed my programmer, and I think it will be better soon. So this is the EPD we just created, and now you can remember on the last page of the EPD we have this field also of the lifecycle assessment and owner of declaration, which you had to fill in via the edit settings and then declaration owner and LCA author, which was if you had to produce like 6 EPDs for one owner and one author, it was a lot of work to type in all the information needed, and now we have changed it with this drop-down menu where you can find every manufacturer who has an EPD for us already, and so we just choose one for an example, like Egger. Even here you see there are 2 Egger contacts, but are different company parts. So we just use one and say add. And you still can add another one. So if you have more declarations owners, like if it would be Goethe again, then you could add this as well, and then you could still say this one should be the first one who is named. Now you see the buttons. You can send a request to edit an existing contact, or you can delete the contact from the EPD again. If you want to change it, please be sure that it's really a change, like there is a typo or something in it, or the address changed or something changed. Then you can change it here and send a request, and one of the IBU workers will have a request for the change in the contact management, and then we will have a look at it, and then we will change it. This doesn't affect the EPD work itself. It just does affect the contact. Please be careful, because a change is not a new contact. If you want to have a new contact, then you have to click that button, request a new contact, and give all the information, maybe a comment, and upload a logo uh, for that new contact. And then we will create that new contact, and then you can choose it. So if you have, like I told you, if you have a company AB with a sub-company for metal, and now you have a new declaration for the same company, but for the uh, department for wood, then it wouldn't be a change request of the contact, but a new contact. That's important because if you change the contacts, it will affect all EPDs of that manufacturer or of that LCA author automatically. This is also important for our digitalization to avoid redundant data in the databases later on. Just show you it's the same for the LCA author, like you can type in one of these. You still see SyncStep even has a lot of different companies, but that is like it is. And then you just click add, and now we have the declaration owner, two declarations owner, which the first one is Egger, and one LCA author, and we click on save. And close it, and then it will be automatically, you see it here now. What we had in the last weeks often is that you see there's a lot of white space between the logo and the line here. Don't worry about that. That is just a mistake of the graphic, which is shown. If you print out the PDF, then it will be shown in the correct way. The same possibility we have for the IBU Lightning Editor, or so-called offline tool. And here you see all the chapters. And then if you click up here on owner, then you can just do it like add a new contact. Yeah, add a new contact is for a new request. If we type in here like Egger, it's the same. Then we can just give the Egger retail products, press on the plus sign, and then we have them here. And the same for the authors. Maybe this time we take another one. Press values, plus, and it's there. And then we just say reload. Can go here, and then you see everything is filled in automatically, and the logo will appear if you upload the EPD from the offline tool again to the EPD online tool. What will be happening in future is we have this general information page, and with the new program, we're trying to get also all the information in here in the owner of the declaration, so that you don't have to type in that additionally during the EPD process. But at the moment it's not possible, but we are still working on this new feature. That's just to show you how it works in the offline tool. It's the same like the online tool, more or less. And now I want to show you some more changes we had in the EPDs which affect your daily work. That's the decision of the advisory board for the chapter base materials and ancillary materials. We have some new requirements which you can see here. For the base materials and ancillary materials, you have to give also now lists in the information about the substances of very high concern which are used in the product. You have to give a short comment about it, but you will see the explanation text here. If we now change from a core EPD to an IBU EPD, you will even have to give more information. And this is not about the substances of very high concern, or SVHC. In the IBU EPD, you have to additionally give some information about the CMR, the constances of contains other CMR substances. Also, in this explanation, you will find information where you can find something about these lists, about these substances. Another very important comment is if you now go to the online tool and you want to try these new features and to have a look at it, and it's not working, I had the same problem yesterday, then you have to delete the cache of your browser. This is a very important information. If the browser cache is deleted, everything works perfectly. And to be honest, this was a pretty fast webinar, and I've showed you all the information. If you have questions now, then please ask me them. Oh, no, I forgot one thing why we did all this thing is about the digitalization. We go back to the presentation. For the people who don't know it, we also have developed IBU.data, which is a database for all the EPD data in a digitalized format, which is an XML file, and the format is ILCD plus EPD format, which is a standardized format. And all the EPDs will be automatically from IBU, will be automatically put it into IBU.data. You can download then the XML files for your product, and other users can choose these information, for example, for building LCA. IBU.data has the possibility to host databases from other EPD programs. We currently have one EPD program from Europe, which we want to start a pilot of it. And yeah, we have the possibility, if you have a software tool for EPD calculation, then we can connect it to our database, and everything will be published there as well directly. And now we have like, okay, this is from last year, we had like almost 1,200 EPD datasets published. New EPDs will publish shortly after the EPD is published. And we have a wider spread of the LCA information in the digital world. And future possibilities is including information in BIM, transferring datasets from EPD calculation software if the software is verified, and connecting IBU.data with other databases like IBU.data. And for the people who don't know how it looks, I also can provide it like this. This is our website, IBU-EPD.com, and there you find IBU.data up in the up left corner. And now it's loading a little bit. I don't know why. But it would look like, yeah, the IBU.data if you know these. I don't know what's the problem now in my browser. And there was the question what to delete in the browser, and it's already answered. It's the cache. I can show it for you maybe. For Firefox, you will go to settings of your browser, and then you go to data and safety, and there you see the cache, which you can just empty with that button. At least for Firefox. I don't know how it works in other browsers. And for IBU.data, we have now Murphy's Law, which is not working at the moment in that website, but I can show you how it looks in our administration page. So here you see you have all the EPD data sets like in a digital format, with some core information about it. If you click then on one of these data sets, say look at the whole data set, then you will see all the information about the digital data set and also all the numbers. Another feature is that we have it in German and English. So now that's the English version. What is the German version? I don't know. If I click on the other language, I can have it as well. So there is no problem. And then we have another question. The question is, what is the differences between IBU and core EPD? Maybe we can discuss this again after the meeting, but in general, it's just the IBU, the core EPD has the informations which have to be in an EPD according to the minimum information which have to be in an EPD according to EN 15804 plus A1. And the IBU EPD has a lot more information about the product, about the calculation rules, and also evidences and the possibility to interpretate your results, which are not given in the core EPD. If you don't have any more questions, then I will now finish the meeting.